Hmm. Okay. Well, this one's tough. Oh, come on. That's nonsense, and also makes a lot of sense. Wow, this one's giving me some trouble. This is tough. I'm just not seeing the obvious start. It's gotta be one of these three. And this seems like the most obvious start to me. Yes, there's always one that I haven't tried. This seems promising, right? Nice. Hey Pavel, you're going the wrong way, bud. Right. We're getting toward the end. I think 119 is probably indicating that the only puzzle that's left is the end of the game. Never mind. So, assuming that A actually is north, then north, east, 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 south, south, east, west, west. So it doesn't hit all of them. Assuming that D is actually north, then north is this way. East is that way. All these are... So it has to be C. I think that's the only way that this is going to work, right? So east is actually this way now. North is this way. South, south. One. Yeah.
That should do the trick. Well, that's settled.
Great job, Pavel, you moron. You absolute dimwit. The truth revealed. I think this might be the last chapter, folks. The secret letter. Receive a letter that says, the room in this photograph hides a secret. Remove one of the floor tiles to reveal the hidden treasure. In the same envelope as the letter is the photograph shown below, with the following note on the back. Follow the arrow to where the treasure lies. Which tile do you need to remove in order to find the treasure? Circle your answer. Okay, so where is the arrow? Is it the mouth of this monkey? Is it this one right here?
Let's see if I've got this right. Well, that's settled.
Some 60-point puzzle, right? You ready to take your heel turn, future Luke? Here we go.
It's taken time, but I believe I've finally made sense of the bizarre events we've witnessed here.
You've worked it all out?
For the most part. Eh?
Come on then, out with it!
Yes, of course. I have much to say about this city and its secrets.
We built this city.
The London we are presently in, this London of the future, is a fake. More precisely, it's a set designed to make us believe that we've traveled 10 years into the future. Because, you see, there is no time machine. Not here, not anywhere.
What?
We were all led to believe that the clock shop was a portal to the future. But the truth about that shop is in some ways just as bewildering. The back room of the clock shop is no time machine. It's a lift leading down into the earth.
Indubitably.
You mean to say We're underground right now?
Hell yeah.
Precisely. You may have heard of subterranean caverns, as some of them house ancient ruins. Some experts theorize that these caverns pepper the entire Earth. What I've seen here leads me to conclude that Dmitri used one such cavern to build this false London. It's as if we're standing in the largest film set ever created.
You know, I'm a firm believer in Occam's razor, and I'm starting to think that this is not the simplest explanation, and that the time machine is indeed the simplest explanation.
What? I don't believe it!
So Dmitri is behind all this, then? That question stumped me as well.
Why would he go to such pains to make us believe we're in the future?
It doesn't make sense, unless convincing people of this is the key to achieving his ultimate goal.
What kind of goal requires a setup like that?
A very stupid one, thank you, Luke.
It's simple. It seems that Dmitri never gave up his original dream of building a time machine. But though he poured all his energy into achieving this feat, the task was too large for one man.
You know, in a manner of speaking, he did develop time travel, because he wasted his whole life in pursuit of building a time machine. That's the real time travel.
He needed other scientists to support his project, so he turned to the greatest minds in London. But to keep the scientists working for him, they needed to believe that they were in the future.
Why?
Think about it, Luke. Dmitri couldn't imprison the scientists, not in the conventional sense. After all, who knows what kind of work they would produce under those circumstances? No, Dmitri needed a different approach to compel the scientists to complete it. The scientists had to want the time machine to work as much as Dmitri did. So he told them that they had been shot forward 10 years in time, stranded a decade from home. Dmitri misled the scientists, telling them that the time machine was an unfinished project. They thought they were stranded, and that the machine was their only hope of returning home.
Ah, so that's why they were so willing to follow orders.
Yes, this is all very stupid. Yes, excellent.
That's all I've been able to work out. Perhaps our friend here can fill us in on the rest.
I see you've caught on. Excellent work as always, Herschel.
The family uses this establishment as a hideout. Therefore, it seemed a bit odd that the bartender didn't so much as raise an eyebrow when we walked in.
I have to give credit where it's due. I never imagined you'd work out so much of the plan yourself. I suppose I've no choice but to shut you up for good.
Oh, we like double solved this one now. Okay. Oh great, he's given us a sporting chance. Fantastic. Love that. Oh, this is Picross, isn't it? Oh, no, not necessarily. Sorry. Some of the same premises, though. Two, two, one, two, two, three, 2, 4, 3, 4, 2. It's an infinite amount of time.
I should have known I wouldn't fool you, Herschel.
I've worked things out on my own this far, but I need you to help make sense of the rest. You must have had some reason for concocting a scheme this wild.
I had a very good reason. It all started about 10 years ago. Bill Hawks and I were friends and colleagues. We worked in the same lab researching time travel. Our research meant everything to us. We poured our hearts and souls into uncovering the secrets of space and time.
Oh, did it?
After months of progress, we had built ourselves a prototype time machine. It was finally time to test our work with a human subject. Bill thought we should use Claire as the first test subject. She was our lab assistant. I, of course, vehemently opposed this idea. I loved her too, you see. And though she didn't return my feelings, I didn't want to risk her getting hurt in the experiment. Around this time, I noticed a flaw in the design of our machine. I begged Bill to postpone the experiment, but he wouldn't hear of it. Sometime after the accident, I made a startling discovery. Unbeknownst to me, Bill had made a deal to sell the technology behind the machine's power source. Apparently, a large corporation had offered him a very impressive sum. Bill knew the machine wasn't ready for a human subject, but he needed to demonstrate its viability. We all know the tragic results of his decision.
Oh.
By the time I realized Bill planned to go ahead with the experiment, it was too late to stop. What have you done? Because of Bill's greed, Claire was lost to me forever.
Yeah, thanks for the raid, Space Cow. How are you doing?
Life is full of cruel twists. In the blink of an eye, I lost my life's work. And the love. To say I was a broken man would be an understatement. Bill, on the other hand, made a full recovery from his injuries. He also completed the deal with the corporation, pocketing more money than most people see in a lifetime. He used his newfound fortune to climb the political ladder to the very top.
Okay, so are we gonna kill him together, or what? Like,
He killed Claire and was rewarded with the most powerful seat in government. If that's not a cruel joke, I don't know what it is. I can't pretend I wasn't bitter, and it was this bitterness that sent me back to my research. I thought that if I could travel to the past, I could rob Bill of all that he had won. Oh, of course, there was another reason why I wanted to go back in time.
so meet dinosaurs?
To save Claire from her fate. Surely you understand, Herschel.
Claire is no longer with us. There's nothing anyone can do to turn back time.
Do you really believe that?
I don't want to, but I do. I have just one more question for you.
What is it?
Are these handcuffs too tight?
Someone's been using you as a pawn. Are you aware of this?
Here it comes. Here comes the heel turn.
What are you talking about?
Here we go.
Someone here masterminded a scheme even more awful than yours, Dmitri. And that person is there!
I think you're mistaken, Professor.
No, there's no mistake here, and there's no hiding it anymore, Luke. Or should I call you Clive?
I'm sorry, why do you know his name? Did I nod off a little bit? Oh, we're just gonna accept that as truth. His name's Clive now.
It took some time to put together the pieces of your plan. But when I finally understood it all, the sheer evil of it sent a chill down my spine.
What is he talking about, Clive?
You kept your true intentions hidden from everyone, Clive. Even your partner, Dmitri.
Uh-huh.
What are you saying, Herschel?
Uh-huh.
Clive was aiming for revenge on a massive scale. And you were nothing more than a pawn, Dmitri.
How do these guys
Tremendous
not
work,
have, like,
Professor.
serious vitamin
You
D
found me
deficiency
out.
from living underground?
Stop speaking in riddles, Layton. What's this all about?
Clive, you lived next door to the lab that exploded 10 years ago. You were just a child then. That blast demolished half of the building you lived in.
Oh, damn, Ariel. You're right.
Reports indicate that 10 people were killed in the explosion.
You're right.
2 of whom were your parents.
Clive is evil C backwards, and the C stands for Clive. So, Clive backwards is evil Clive.
It must have been a terrible shock. In the span of a few seconds, you lost your family and your home. When the initial shock wore off, it was replaced with anger. You became obsessed with exacting revenge on those who had wronged you. You were lucky enough to be adopted by a kindly woman in her golden years, Constance Dove. Miss Dove's extreme kindness was matched in scale only by the enormous fortune she possessed. You two lived quite happily as a family for a time. Sadly, it wasn't to last. Miss Dove departed from this world 5 short years later, leaving her fortune to you. Before long, you graduated from secondary school and took a part-time job at a prominent newspaper. Considering your sizable inheritance, I don't think you took the job for pocket money. You were searching for something. Using the newspaper's resources, you finally hunted down the men responsible for your misery. You knew that both Bill Hawks and Dimitri Allen were responsible for the explosion. Armed with this information, you concocted a plan to avenge your parents.
I sometimes wonder what it would be like to have an evil plan and then have some person walk in and explain to me in excruciating detail my own plan to me. I feel like they get like a sentence and a half in and I'd be like, look man, it's my plan. You don't have to explain it to me.
First, you befriended Dimitri and convinced him to resume his research on the time machine. Then, you used your inheritance to set up this elaborate facsimile of London. With your stage in place, you used your contacts in the press to find the best scientists in the country. After all,
you'd be bored too if someone was explaining your whole plan to you.
You then proceeded to lure these brilliant men into your trap. However, unbeknownst to Dimitri, most of your staff were not working on the time machine.
What?
Clive had secretly reassigned many of the scientists to a different project. You might think of it as his pet project.
You're trying to tell me Dimitri didn't care that there was a tank and a missile inside his secret base? Like, didn't have questions?
We don't have all day, Layton. What was the second project?
A weapon designed to cause destruction on an unimaginable scale.
A weapon? Is this true, Clive?
And I thought scientists were supposed to be observant. While you focused on your machine, I had a different goal. Though some may call it revenge, I prefer to think of it as justice over single-minded scientists and corrupt politicians.
What are you saying, Clive?
Enough explanations. Let me show you.
Hey!
Not a small bush! Luke will never recover from these injuries.
Move to higher ground!
Oh, you think that'd be wise? That makes sense. I'm sorry, no, this makes the tank even more questionable. If you have this thing, why do you need a tank? 100 Bubses, thank you so much. We're gonna go save Flora. Yo, Ariel, thank you so much for the 100 bits. This puzzle seems well specified. Well, it's not C, it has no threads. I think it's D.
That should do the trick.
Okay.
Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
I'll go with you.
Don't worry, Celeste. We'll take care of this.
Not a chance, we're gonna be taking this thing off some sick
Don't
jumps.
be afraid to floor it.
Understood.
Oh, Layton! Have you gone insane?
Oh, this is like that scene in Breath of the Wild. When Link jumped on top of the Triforce. Why is Layton super unconcerned?
Our first priority is finding where Clive has taken Flora.
Aye, aye, Professor. But this place is huge. They could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere.
First things first, let's find a way in.
Swapped unlock. The door below is sealed shut with a mysterious lock that uses 6 dials which can be swapped and rotated. To open the door, arrange the dials so that the gems of the same color border each other both horizontally and vertically. Okay. That one can't be right. Can't be that. Let's see. Wow, this one's tough. Blue, red. Okay, so the only other one that could go here is C, and we know it's not C, because if I rotate this into position, then I have two yellows on the same edges, so it has to be F. So that one's for certain correct. Green, yellow, green, yellow. Green, yellow. So next up, it's either C or A. So let's try that one. Blue and green across from each other. Can't be that one. Can't be that one. Wait, that looks correct.
Let's see if I've got this right. Well, that's settled.
To open the door, you'll need to press the numerical buttons according to these cryptic instructions. Open with 2, but leave 4. That's vague. Oh, there's a 2 up here at the top. Is there a 4 somewhere? Oh. Leave 4 unpressed.
That should do the trick. Well, that's settled.
Hey, Flora, if you're out here, who's in there? Start from a button and follow the arrows from one button to the next. Find the only button that will lead you through all the other buttons on the panel. It's actually quite easy to figure out, I believe. You just find the button that there's no arrows pointing to.
Let's see if I've got this right. Just as I suspected.
But you can narrow it down pretty significantly if you just play along with the pattern.
No need to worry. You're safe now, dear. But you can't stay here.
Lead the way. Yeah.
You two head straight back to the car. I'll meet you there after I put a stop to this contraption.
No way! I'm your apprentice, which means I can't just let you plunge headlong into danger without me. Then I'm going too.
I can't let you do this.
And I can't let you do it alone. Yeah, what he said.
I see I can't change your minds. Come along if you must, but be careful.
Are we going to find Clive?
Indeed, but our time is running out, so let's hurry.
Oi! There we go. Yeah, don't worry, time's not a factor or anything, man. Just take your time. You can't just accept... Okay.
That should do the trick. Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
Does this really feel like an appropriate setting for a puzzle? No 4 stones can form a square or rectangle. I'm not sure I see how to solve this puzzle in a general sense. This one looks, beefy.
I've got a good feeling about this one. I was sure my logic was sound.
To go without saying, the answer's fewer than 16. Thanks, bud. How's your training today, Gilder? Tonight. Tonight.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
You did it, team.
Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
Oh, that's an interesting configuration. Why did I not think of that, huh? Great. Nice. Good. Yeah, for sure, dude. We'll put on a good stream. Hey, for those of you who've been enjoying my Mario Maker content, or bad video games, or literally anything I do, Gilder's been doing it for longer than me, and is better at it in a lot of ways, so you should also follow Gilder because he's sick. Sick in the positive way, like the way the kids use it, not like sick like he's dying and you only have a certain amount of time you can follow him before it's too late. That was a weird time to get a sticker for my picture book.
So nice of you to join me, Professor.
Man, he's straight up like a anime villain.
Whatever it is you have planned, you can't go through with it. We know what Bill and Dimitri did. When the world learns of it, they'll be punished. You said you wanted justice. And isn't that justice enough?
That's a nice sentiment. But without large-scale havoc, those fools in government will never change their ways.
Listen to yourself, Clive. You...
Uh-huh. Look at the configuration of this man's displays on this wall. They're so haphazard. This is a true sociopath.
Who are you to argue with me? As a reporter, I've witnessed countless tragedies firsthand. And it's clear that my life isn't the only one that's been destroyed in the name of progress. To those in power, the rest of us little people are all just bumps on the road to a brighter tomorrow. The only thing a bully understands is force.
Great, now we're gonna punch you in the face. This is what we call, contrapasso. It's punishing someone,
So you see,
with the
I have
means by
no
which they
choice
sin.
but to level this place.
What you're saying
You're the
is
bully here.
unthinkable.
Sorry, it took me a long time to get there. You're the bully.
This conversation is over.
No! Clive!
No, for sure, Gilder. What is Clive saying? I cannot be bothered to listen to him. He is so... Heart, spade, club, or heart, spade, diamond, club. Heart, spade, diamond, club. Let's see. Heart, spade, diamond, club. 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 Heart, spade, diamond. Spade, diamond, club, heart, spade, diamond, club, heart, spade, diamond, club, heart, spade, diamond, club, heart, spade. Heart, spade, diamond, club, 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 heart, spade. That one.
Let's see if I've got this right. Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.